everyone, welcome back to 25 Sweetpeas. Today for you, I am swatching the new China Glaze holiday collection for 2019. It is in collaboration with Sesame Street, so it is actually the Sesame Street holiday collection in honor of their 50th anniversary. And they already did one collection with Sesame Street for the summer, and it was great. Well, they've done it again with their Christmas collection, and oh my goodness, this collection is so much fun. There's so much sparkle and rainbow and just festive goodness, in my opinion, that I think you guys are going to like it. So we're going to go over all the polishes. The one thing I will say that's like a little bit of a disappointment is that there are no creams. So you can't really like layer the creams with the glittery sparkly ones, but you know, at the same time, chances are you already have creams, so you can go ahead and just have fun with the glitter like I did, and trust me, you're going to want to. Also, if you want to wear any of these glitters without removing them, because I know I personally hate removing glitters, I would highly suggest getting a peel-off base coat for using those glittery like polishes. Also, I want to note that I've had no issues with any of these staining. I know last year, I think it was, there was a holiday China Glaze that I did have staining issues with. This year, there were not any, and I just love them all. So let's get right into swatching them. Also, the names are really fun. So these are available now at like Ulta, Sally's, JCPenney's, and other online retailers. But now we're swatching. So first up we have a shade called Me Ate Santa's Cookies, and this is like a Cookie Monster blue, you could say, and it just has a really nice formula. As you can tell, it looks like it might be one of those that pulls on brush strokes, but I actually didn't have it. I feel like you see them a little bit here while it's wet, but whenever it dries down, those little minimal brush strokes just kind of fade away into the nail and you can't really tell. So that one is perfect in 2 coats. Next up, we have hashtag This Is My Street, and this is definitely one of the more toppery like polishes. However, I'm going to go ahead and build all of these up for you because I just went glitter crazy. And I absolutely love this. If you're familiar with China Glaze's Techno from multiple years ago, this is very reminiscent of that, but it's kind of got more of a bronzy, warm gold like feel to it, which I love instead of the silver. It's definitely more warm toned. Next up, we have Giggling All The Way, and this is a full coverage polish. This one's going to cover perfectly in 2 coats, and this is a neat shade. It's kind of like a red, it's kind of like a pink, it's kind of like a copper. It's like a mixture of all of those, super festive, perfect formula in 2 coats, and it is so sparkly and shimmery, and I just love it. Now we have Gift For You, I should say. This one is definitely one that could be considered a topper. I'm going to build it up here. And it does build up rather quickly because the glitters in this one are much smaller than the polish that we looked at earlier. So it is going to build quicker. You might be able to get away with 2 and some dabbing, but I'm going to go ahead and do 3. And I still felt like I needed some dabbing at the tip of my nail because I could still see the nail line. So, I mean, you know, that's going to be personal preference. Like, I thought that corner still needed more, but if you were happy, you might be happy with 3, or you could just use that as a topper. Now we have On The Nice List, which is a red topper. However, I do feel like it has a little bit of like a red tint in it. Also, this is like the little tinsel-y bar glitters. So if you don't like those because they hang off your nail, you know, you might want to be a little bit mindful of that on this one. However, I built it up so you can no longer tell that it was like the tinsel-y glitters. They are super thin, so they don't create that much texture, which I really do like. And I had this covered in about 3 coats full coverage. That second coat, I mean, it still needed a little work, so that's why I did the 3. But you could use this as a topper and just do 1, and you would get the tinsel-y effect, which would be fun for a Christmas time manicure. Next up, we have Fa-la-ah-ah-ahh. I think I got the right amount of ahs in there. This is gorgeous. As you can see, it goes on a little bit thin, but we're going to build it up in 3 coats, and it is super shifty. It's kind of like a gold with a little bit of purple with a little bit of marsala. I just love it. I'm wearing it currently, actually, on both hands, and I think it is beautiful. Covers great in 3 coats, and the new brushes I just love on China Glaze. It makes it so much easier for me to do 3 coats. Now we have Cele-bert, and this is kind of like it's a unique green, but when you put it next to like a grass green, it looks more like a yellow. So we're going to call this like a yellowy green type glitter. It is a little bit more on the fine side. So this is going to take a bit to like build up, but it does build up quickly, like in 2 coats. I might need some dabbing here and there, but because there are fine glitters and not like a ton of base, it does apply pretty evenly in 2 coats. Now we have a Grouchy New Year, and this is another definite topper, but we're building it up. It has your big chunky green holographic glitters in it, and it also has some smaller micro ones too. But this is definitely going to take some work. But I did 2 coats here, and I mean, it was pretty good in a pinch. I mean, if you're wearing a glitter topper as a polish, you might not care about seeing your nail so much. And honestly, it's going to reflect so much that you might not even notice. But I did 3, and I felt like it could still use some dabbing here and there, as you guys can see. But super fun effect. Very textured, I would say, though, so keep that in mind. Now we have Brought to You By, and this is what I keep calling like the emerald green in this collection. It is really pretty. It has a really nice formula. For me, it covered in 2 coats, and it has a really nice shimmer in it. It just applies perfectly and looks really good on the nails, in my opinion. Now we're on to the shade called 50 Shimmering Years, and it's probably one of my favorites. It is kind of like bronzy gold like polish. Definitely when you put it next to a true gold, this definitely pulls a bit more bronze or like a sandstone type shade. I absolutely love it. This covered in about 2 coats. If you did super thin coats, you might need that third, but 2 is good, and I love the holographic glitters, and it just really makes it extra fun. Now we have T is for Tinsel, and this is kind of like an icy silver that has some blue in it. That is going to cover actually completely in 2 coats. However, it makes for a really cool topper as well. I actually wore it on top of the first polish that we swatched the other day, and I really liked the combo, and I'll show you that on Instagram. Now we have Since 1969, and this is your darkest shade in this collection. It's kind of like a charcoal gray, almost black, with a lot of silver glitter in there, so it does brighten it up a bit. And this is going to cover completely in 2 coats. It has a really nice formula and covers really well. So there is the overall look at the China Glaze Sesame Street Holiday Collection. I absolutely loved it. I think it is pretty well rounded. It has a lot of fun sparkles, perfect for the holiday festive season, and I cannot wait to use these in some holiday nail art. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite polish was down in the comments below. And I think that is it. I will see y'all back here very soon for another new video. Bye!